Well, my name is Gerald Sakata. I'm a seafood consultant here at Honolulu Fish. Been here for about 15 years. And Honolulu Fish Company has been around since 1995, sorry. And it was founded by Wayne Samiere and Dwayne Johnson. They had worked together at another seafood company and kind of said, hey, there's maybe a niche in the high-end seafood market on the mainland that's not being served right now. So they founded Honolulu Fish Company. And you know, the typical rags to riches or small company kind of story, they had a shipping container is what I heard down at the pier, and that's where they worked out of, just the two of them and a fish cutter working out of a container and sending fish throughout the United States. Started with just tuna or ahi, and then they expanded to other fish, and the company over time expanded a little, and we try to keep it very tight, kind of like a small. I'm not going to say mom and pop, but really tight. Just the enough people to do what we do. So I think we have about 30 total employees right now. Um, and I feel right now technology and our partnerships with other companies has allowed us to just still maintain this kind of a small company type of feel and atmosphere, but still expand our business use of using technology and partnerships. That's one of the areas that we've really expanded over the last few years, our online and what we call retail business, where a home chef or just anyone, I call them home chefs because they're using such a gourmet product, but anyone, can order fish from us. We have a separate ordering like website for them, just for them, and we try to um, make the product a little more user friendly, so to speak. So we will cut it down to smaller increments. Instead of a giant loin of tuna, they can get maybe 3 pounds of tuna, and we'll like trim it up really nice. See, chefs, professional chefs like to kind of control the butchering of the product, the skinning of it and this and that. But the home chef or the regular person would want it kind of cleaned up. So we try to clean it up as much as possible so they can pretty much just cut it up, do their thing on it, put it in a pan or in the oven or whatever, and they're good to go. So they can get that same quality product that our professional chefs get, but right in their home and direct to their kitchen. HonoluluFish.com. Very, very simple. That's for the home chef to utilize our product. And then, yeah, so real simple to use. The founders are very, very involved. Wayne is here in the office pretty much every day, or he's online. Because of today's environment, the virtual environment, he can be anywhere and still be engaged in the business. But he does still come in every day. I see his car in the parking lot, so I know he's here. Damon Johnson, his partner, our VP, he actually is our primary buyer right now. Yeah, so he's actually there on the line. You go down to the auction, you'll see Damon there. And this is a guy with, many, many years in the business and probably doesn't need to do that anymore if you think about it. But he's there every day because it's so important to make sure we have the best product possible. And so he's there along with other buyers that we have.
Does.
They love what they do.
Yeah.
They love what they do. It's a passion. You can't do anything this long and this well without passion. And that's the one thing, if I look at the two of them, that's what I would say would be the one word to describe them is passion for fish. And like anything else, employees are a heartbeat. Without them, you're not going to get anywhere or not do anything and not be successful. And so we have employees in all different types of positions, whether it be administration, in accounting, customer service, positions like that. And then we have sales, which I work with very closely. So we're the ones that are actually working directly with the customers on a day-to-day basis, helping them. And then we have our team at our production facility, which are so critical because they're the ones that make sure that the product gets out in time, in the best condition to our, valuable customers. Those would be shippers and, people that are also cutting the fish, receiving the fish, and in like kind of like our cold storage area of our business. So we have people in all facets to make sure that this business runs and that the end user or the chef or the home chef, when they get their product, it's the best that they've ever had. We ship anywhere in the U.S. as well as Puerto Rico. We've had a few special requests which we've filled where we've shipped to Germany. We ship also to Puerto Rico. We've shipped to Mexico, Canada, and a few other places, Hong Kong, but mostly just the United States, including Hawaii. Our customer base is very wide. There's a wide range of customers. We have everything from everyone from the home chef, someone just cooking for themselves for dinner for two, maybe a birthday party, something like that, all the way to a large, resort, casino, spa type of business. So over the years, we started just servicing restaurants, but it's expanded so much. So we even have a lot of celebrity customers, which is kind of interesting. We also have like sports personalities that we deal with, NFL teams, things like that. So very wide-ranging customer is what we serve today. So our box is very recognizable, as you can see. It'll stand out in the sea of boxes that a restaurant might have. But there's science behind it. This box was designed by our CEO, Wayne Samiere, as well as in partnership with 3M, I believe, at the time. So the foil outside actually deflects radiant heat, so the box maintains a colder temperature than just a regular cardboard box. So very, very important because we are shipping it sometimes 5,000 miles away to New York or something like that. So the hologram is all fancy and all that, but the foil is the science, deflects the radiant heat away. Then when you open up the box, we have this 1-inch layer of styrofoam to make it kind of like a traveling refrigerator. Yeah, so it'll maintain proper temperature because there are requirements for fresh fish to be maintained at a certain temperature when received. And this box allows it to do that. I always feel that giving back to the community you're in is always important. Always important. It's I grew up here as a local boy, and I always feel that whenever you can, if you have the means, especially if you have the means to do it, giving back and helping those maybe less fortunate or people in need or groups in need or whatever. But just giving back, being able to be not just a community member, but someone that maybe helps make a difference in others and what happens with the future. Because I'm a father and a grandfather, so for me, doing things like that is not only for me, but for the generations to come. So always important. Yeah, we actually had an event recently for I think the 115th. Don't quote me on that number, but the 115th year of the aquarium, Honolulu Waikiki Aquarium. We did an event there. It was partially like a fundraiser and things like that. We provided all the fish and the people to help with plan the event and things like that. So that was the most recent thing. We also help some of our customers when they're doing community events and things like that. We'll maybe sponsor product for them. We're also involved a little bit in the community, but most of our business is on the mainland. But we've recently started working with local restaurants and local chefs and things like that. Different festivals like the Food and Wine Festival coming up. We're going to be involved in that, I believe. So we have a presence. There's always room for more, of course, but for what we do and the type of product that we have, I believe we have a pretty good presence locally and in the community, and hopefully doing more down the road. But what I know is that we have auto insurance. I think we have a few other lines, but auto insurance for sure. And that always, because we have delivery drivers and we have personal automobiles, certain people have, personal automobiles, that's always been kind of like a blanket of comfort, knowing that if in case something happens, you're covered. You don't have to worry about it. So companies that we partner with, like Island Insurance, is integral. Yeah, it's just important to us being successful because it's one facet you don't have to worry about. So having an agent like Russell and having products that cover like our vehicles are you can't place a real value on that. Because and that's kind of the nature of insurance. You don't like kind of see it or feel it until something happens, and then you need to depend on it. Things get covered. It's almost seamless, and that's one of the things, and why we do business with Island Insurance, because they make it seamless. We don't have to worry. It's seamless.